Hey Pat Hayes, how you doing, man?
Hey, good, my friend. How are you?
Look at this. You're like taking a seat like the executive panel. I like this, man. I'll just sit right here next to you, man. That's
Awesome.
cool. They
Awesome.
added I've never seen the chairs on stage. This is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, this must be new. Have you ever seen chairs on stage, or I just never paid?
Uh, in the auditorium, they're on stage.
Oh wow. Well, I never noticed. So we'll just have a fireside chat up here, you and me, in these chairs looking out.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right on, man. So, welcome everybody. This is our national leadership webinar for leaders throughout Canada and the US, Hawaii, Alaska. We have agents on from all over. And today's, as you know, this is from 11:30 till noon. And this is all about acquiring stock and building your revenue share, building your passive income that literally can, if you put energy into it, grow exponentially. So I have with me one of the biggest stars at EXP, Pat Hayes. In fact, Pat was one of the first people I met when I went to, was it San Antonio, Pat, when we
Yes,
first met?
that's right. Yep, San Antonio.
Now, do you live in San Antonio or Dallas?
I do. I live in.
You're breaking up. Where do you live? Are you there? Oh, we just
Yep.
lost
Can,
everybody. Says Pat is talking. Can you hear me now?
yeah, I can. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Someone tapped that they said they can't hear anything. Can
Oh, goodness. Okay.
you hear?
Let's see here.
Type in there if you guys can hear okay. Let me see. Brent, volume is down. Does anybody know how to turn volume up?
Not as loud.
How do I sound, guys?
You
Does
sound
Pat?
great to me, and maybe it's your mic there, Chuck. But there's no way for us to adjust the
A bunch of
volume.
people are saying no volume.
A lot of
it's low.
people saying no volume, low volume. I'm not sure what to do with that.
So one thing you can do is go up and change it.
You know what? That might be
Go to
the volume in the room.
Yeah, we're messing with
No.
it right now.
yeah, you could do that too. But
Okay.
Let's see. We just
actually, go and change it to go to preferences.
references. We're
and
working
change
on
it
it.
to simple, and then hit
Okay.
save.
That might help it. Okay, everybody. How is the volume right now? We've changed the room a little bit better. We got a
Yep.
better.
You,
Yeah.
you sound great, Brent. You sound good.
Okay. Yeah, you sound good too. Other people are still saying no audio or low. Interesting.
That is weird.
Before. We don't know what else to do for you guys.
Maybe you might want to log out.
It's not us. We can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear
us.
Pat perfectly. So weird that we can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, you sound great too.
Maybe for those of you that the volume is low, just for the heck of it, if you have low volume, walk up to the front of the stage and see if it's louder because you're closer. We'll just see.
That everybody, yeah, move the way up to the front.
Yeah, come up towards us and see if that improves. Is that I'm up front? Is that helping Trish or anybody else? We're doing a little tech problem here. We're solving the volume. So is that helping Tamar? Anybody? I'm in the front row and it's still low. People in the front row and it's low. That's so odd. Well,
Maybe try. What about maybe try logging in?
I'm sorry, logging in and out.
Yeah, try doing that. Maybe log out and log right back in.
You think it might be on my side, Pat?
Yeah, for the agents that can't hear us or the volume's low, maybe try logging out and log.
Okay, I'll log out and jump back in just in case that somehow solves the problem. So I will be right back, everyone. Pat, you talk to him while I jump back in. Maybe it's
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Okay. My computer was acting weird last week. We couldn't even use it for the webinar, and we had to switch. It's a brand new Dell, like $2,300 Dell. So I don't normally, never had a problem before. But I did get a warning from my virus. So maybe there's a virus in here. I don't know. Oh, password. Great. Supposed to know my password. James just walked out of the room.
Get James.
I think I have it. That's so funny. I don't know my own password. Numbers.
I'm amazed you know what you're doing right now.
What's the password?
It's iPhone 7.
With capital T?
No.
Okay, I did that. Didn't work. Must have typed it wrong.
Lowercase.
TYPHOON7. And I'm gonna hit remember me.
No, it's fine. It does remember. You just go.
It didn't remember. Trust me.
No, it
didn't.
doesn't ever remember the password.
Oh, it doesn't.
No.
So what's to remember me for?
Just,
Who cares?
Just go log in. It doesn't matter.
Okay, worked. I think it's my computer. It's been acting weird.
No, then you could hear him.
I don't know. We didn't know what else to do. Hey everybody, I'm back. Is it any better, anyone? Now that I'm back in the room, sound
Well,
any
you know
better?
what? Let's see. Okay, Brent, keep on talking.
I'm talking.
Okay,
Let's
now
see.
we got-
Everyone says much better. Yes, much better. So better but not great. I can't hear Brent. So weird. Cutting in.
That is crazy. Brent, you sound great. How do I sound?
You sound great to me.
Okay.
Maybe some of the
Brent, since you're recording it,
yeah. Well,
and we
no.
can all hear you, then I would just.
No, just roll on.
Yeah, we're just gonna roll on. For those of you that you can't hear well, maybe if you log out and log back in, maybe it will help you. Sound comes and goes, no sound.
How about this? How about everybody come up on stage and see if they can just
Yeah, we can.
can they hear us better?
If you're having a problem hearing, come up on stage. Maybe that'll help. At this point, we've never had this problem doing this ever. So if you want to come up on the stage, for those of you having a hard time hearing, come on up. For those of you who can hear fine, go ahead and stay where you are. I'm really not sure what else to do. This is a first. So, all right, Pat, let's just rock and roll and get this done. Enough with the tech problems. How you doing, man?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm great. So give everyone the backstory on this. You and I met in San Antonio when I was a Keller Williams agent.
Yep.
And now the funny story is, you told when we first really got to know each other, you're like, no, I never met you in my life. I said, yeah, you have. I got a picture of you and me doing a selfie together. You're like, not possible. And I sent you a selfie of you and me, and you were smiling big. And I was a Keller Williams agent. You didn't even remember meeting me. It was so funny. You're a big star, man.
That is too funny. Yep, that's a true story right there.
Yep. So today you have over 500 agents? How many agents do you have in your organization now?
So no, I've got actually 1,183 agents now.
Woo!
Almost 1,200 agents.
Almost 1,200.
Fabulous job.
Yeah, Marguerite's here with me watching. So I knew it.
Hey.
I lobbed you a softball pitch. It's like I tell my wife, no matter what I earned, I go, honey, we did really good. She's like, was it $1 million? I mean, it doesn't matter what I earned. She's always guessing high, so it's depressing. So whenever people ask me, they go, what do you think I earned? I'm like, I don't know, $20, and then it's more. So,
Yeah.
but so 1,100 agents plus almost 1,200 agents. Congratulations. So basically, when you first started, what did you do in the first 90 days that got you out the gate and really jump-started your business? What advice do you have for everyone in the audience on that level?
Yeah. So in regards to the agent attraction side of the business.
Yeah. But this meeting's only about agent attraction, acquiring stock. We have other meetings for sales and real estate. This one is not that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to be real honest with you. I was kind of doing it all wrong. I was excited, but yet I was kind of throwing up on every single agent that I spoke to about our whole entire business, share the stock and conversion and our EXP World Office and all that good stuff. And I met with Gene Frederick about probably about 3 or 4 months after signing up with EXP, and I was just kind of a little frustrated, and I sat down with him for about 2 hours at coffee, and he asked me what I was doing, and I told him what I was doing. He said, Pat, you're doing it all wrong. And I said, well, tell me how to do it right. And he said, hey, listen, just get to know the agents, just kind of build a relationship about their business, about the family. Then ask them if they've heard about EXP Real. If they say no, then say, you know what, it's a game changer. I recently just joined, and I would like for you to get take a look at this video, and I would love for you to watch it and give me your honest feedback. And if you have any questions, have a three-way phone call with Scott and Tracy Lewis, or Rob Flick, or Gene Frederick. And so I started doing that, and literally started doubling and tripling, and just started exploding because I was doing it all wrong. The first 90 days, I was doing it all wrong. By bringing over several agents.
So real quick, Pat, what were you doing wrong? What was it you were doing that Gene didn't like again?
Well, I was basically just trying to explain the whole model to each agent during each, one-on-one meeting. And, that was a big no-no. Basically he wanted video do the talking. And once I started doing that, implementing that, my business started to explode.
Nice. So the key was so tell everyone who just walked up here, people are walking up to here closer. What was it you did to cause your business to explode? One more time. Oh, my mic was off. I'm so sorry. I was talking and I turned my mic off to try to help sound quality. How funny is that? So real quick, because a lot of people are flying in the room. We're up to almost 100 people. And people are walking up on the stage because they can't hear that well, which is good. If you can't hear, come up on stage. If that helps, great. But tell them what the one thing you did that caused your business to explode. That was worth hearing again.
Yes. So basically, the one thing that I implemented into my business is I listened to how to really attract the right way. And just a little bit about myself. I came from a boutique brokerage firm. I'm almost in the real estate business, and my first 2 years I was at a boutique brokerage firm, and I've been with EXP now for 33 months. And my first 90 days I was kind of doing it the wrong way. And what I mean by attracting agents the wrong way, I was really trying to explain to them our whole entire business model, and it was very confusing and very overwhelming for them and for me. I had a meeting with Gene Frederick, and we sat down and kind of talked together for about 2 hours over coffee, and I told him what I was doing, and he said, Pat, you're doing it all wrong. And so that I know how to do it the right way, which the right way is let these videos, these pre-recorded webinars, the live webinars, basically do the work for you. You don't have to be a professional presenter, just be a professional inviter, and invite them to watch the webinar. Invite them to a lunch, invite them to a live introduction to EXP Realty, and let the video do the work. And then afterwards, let's get a call with another EXP agent that's successful. I've done several three-ways with Brent Gove. We just did one a few weeks ago, and Brent's not even in my direct rev share organization, and I'm here to help. You know what? If we all help the company grow together, then we'll all win. We'll all benefit, that way. So, if you guys can just, take, one thing from this meeting is, do not try and talk to each agent about our whole entire business model, say at a coffee meeting or at a lunch meeting or at a happy hour. Let the video do the work and just say, you know what, I respect you in the industry. As a great agent, I would love to get your feedback about our new model at EXP Realty. If I can send you a short video and give me your feedback and send it over to them, let them watch it, and then just follow up. Gene Frederick always tells me, it's all about the FU, follow up, follow up, follow up. And so it's just like working buyers and sellers, and you're just adding a few agents, into the mix. And if you guys want to grow up,
that was kind of funny. I have about 8 people in my office watching this. It's all about the FU.
It's all about the FU.
Where's he going with this?
So
it's
a follow-up.
It's funny that you say that, Pat. 2 things. Number one, we have a local boutique brokerage here in Sacramento, extremely popular. They've been in business for 50 years, 50. They're the most successful boutique brokerage in Sacramento. They're called Lions Realty. And they have about, I think they have about 1,100 agents, something like that. If I had to guess, right around there, they might have 1,000, they might have 1,200. But basically, you have created what they have in 33 months. It's taken them 50 years to do it. They have, like, they probably have 20 different offices to 25 offices to support those, 11 or 1,200 Lions agents, and massive overhead, and you have none. So congratulations to what you've achieved in
Thank you.
33 months, 1,183 agents. That's beyond impressive. Somebody just handed me a question that says, how do you follow up with agents that you contact? Let's say they've watched the webinar, they weren't for it, they weren't against it, they're like, timing's not right. How do you personally follow up?
Sure. That's a great question. And so, obviously, you've got to be organized. And, I like to be, very, very, very organized. If you're doing all of this work and you're talking to all these agents and you don't have a list or you don't have a system, for your follow-up, then it's kind of a waste of time. And so I use the REACH. And you can, it's for Android users, you can't get it, but for I've got an iPhone, and so I've got Apple technology, and so I can download it. And it's called the Reach app, and so basically I use that app, and I've got two groups in my Reach app. I've got about a top 100 agents in my revenue share organization that are my leaders, that are my runners, that I work hard with, day in and day out, in a month in and month out. I have another group that is my agents that I'm actually working that have either seen the webinar, I've met, we've done a three-way phone call, they've seen the opportunity sometime, and they're actually on my list of non-EXP agents that I drip on, pretty regularly, at least, 2 or 3 times a month. And, basically I just send them, it's not a group text, it's basically an app for mass text messaging. And so I can send them an uplifted to NASDAQ. We're so excited over here at EXP. Love to get together. When do you have 5 minutes to talk? And so I just basically drip on them. Just to
So
stay top
time
of
out,
mind.
Pat. Let me stop you. So you said you had your top 100. So you send that message out to 100, but they don't know you sent it out to 100. They think you just sent it out to them.
Right. So basically
Pretty
my
cool.
top, my top 100, my current EXP agents in my revenue share organization, and then my top 50, really my top 50, my hot 50 list agents that I'm working that are not a part of EXP Realty yet, but they've seen the presentation of the opportunity some way or another, and then I can use that app to send out a mass text to them individually. It's not a group text, it's just a mass text. Instead of having to copy and paste that message 50 times, I can literally send out a text message to my top 50 within about, say 45 seconds to 60 seconds or so. And then whoever responds, then I start dialoguing with them one-on-one. And so, that's what I use. And so I hit my top 50 list at least 3 times a month or so, and just give them information. Hey, we just hit 13,000 agent at EXP, or hey, today's revenue share payday. Oh my God, it's a great day. Have a great day. And just a little short, text message, nothing long, and then it just gets them to start dialoguing and just be top of mind. Every time that I send out a message to a text to my top 50 list, normally start dialoguing really good conversations with about 10 of those agents, and I move them along a little bit further to the process of eventually joining. So that's kind of my method of how I follow up. And my groups are always changing. If I end up sponsoring an agent out of my top 50 list, then I move them from my top 50 list, over to my top 100 list if they're going to be a builder and if they're going to be wanting to run hard with me.
Wow, and 1,183 agents is a lot of fruit on the tree, brother. That's so exciting. That's going to turn into 11,000. So congratulations. You've been working your butt off. One of the absolute premier leaders at our company. Hey, a couple things. How many personally sponsored do you have now?
I have 33 personal sponsors. Out of those 33 agents, it's grown into 1,183 agents spanning 36 states and 3 Canadian provinces.
Wow. So you've worked hard to support your agents, right?
Yep. Yep.
And uh, the other question I had for you was tell us a little bit about how long you were in real estate before you came to EXP. Give us a 1 minute overview of your real estate.
Yeah.
EXP.
So, yep, before EXP, so I've been at EXP now for 33 months. Before that, I was at a boutique brokerage firm here in San Antonio for a little over 2 years. I was their first agent whenever I joined their boutique brokerage firm, and I helped them get their office to about 65 agents. And first year in production as a single agent, I did $3.2 million in production by myself. I started a team the end of my first year going into my second year. My team and I consisted of myself as a team leader. And then I had 2 buyers agents. My second year, we did 61 transactions, $12.5 million in production. And at the end of my, whenever I got that life-changing phone call by Scott Lewis wanting me to have an open mind to take a look, new business model called EXP Realty. And I'm so glad that I did because it truly, truly changed my life.
Is that what he said? He called you up and said, "Hey, I'd like you to keep an open mind and take a look at EXP." Is that what he actually said to you?
Yes. So he called me up and, he was looking at our production here in San Antonio with a lot of the top agents. And, I was at the top of the list. And he called me up and, said, "Hey, listen, I want a new business model that's disrupting and changing the real estate industry." And at first I told him, "No, thanks. I'm super happy." And, kind of hung up the phone with him. And then 2 hours later, I ended up calling him back saying, "Hey, you know what? I want to talk to you a little bit more about, what you were telling me." And we ended up setting up a meeting that next day. And I met with Gene Frederick and Rob Flick and Scott Lewis there. And we had about a 45-minute meeting that turned into about 4 hours. And at the end of that 4 hours, I was blown away and I was super excited. And I was going to be changing, from my boutique brokerage firm over to EXP Realty. And about an hour after that phone conversation, one of the largest team leaders here in San Antonio called me up and said, "Hey, I understand that you're interviewing other brokers, and I would love to have an interview with you tomorrow to kind of tell you and share with you, what I could do for you and your team." And I said, "Okay, you know what? I'll have an open mind." I looked at EXP and I'll look at, KW. So I ended up looking at KW. And at the end of that meeting, about almost another 3.5, 4 hour meeting that noon, the team leader was trying to give me everything in the world for me to move my whole entire team over to KW. And at the end of that conversation, I said, "Hey, listen, thanks for everything. Thanks for the 100% office for my whole entire team for the first year. Thanks for the rebranding and the business cards and this and that. But can you answer these 3 questions?" He said, "Yeah, what do you got?" I said, "Can you give me revenue share and not profit share?" He said, "No, that's not our business model. I can't do that." I said, "Okay, second, can you give me stock ownership in KW?" He said, "No, we're not publicly traded. I can't give you stock. I don't have stock." I said, "Okay, thanks." I said, "Third, can you give me conversion for free to help me generate massive amounts of buyer and seller leads for my team?" He said, "No, Pat, I can't do that." I said, "Okay, you just help me make my decision. I'm going to EXP."
Boom. And now you have 1,183 agents. How many agents in his market center do you estimate?
So I moved my whole entire team over to EXP.
Shoot. I was talking again. I had my mic off. How funny. So, how long has that market center been around that he runs? Do you know?
Oh, goodness. Probably here in San Antonio, I would say it's probably going on 10 years, and they've got about 800 agents.
I mean, the one in Roseville's been 18 years. So that's where they started, Keller. I bet you money that thing's been there for at least 18 to 20 years, guaranteed. Yeah. And how many agents do they have in that market?
They've got 800.
So they have 800 agents after 18 years and massive overhead. You have no overhead, and in 33 months, you have almost 1,200. So you're 33% larger, if I'm doing my math right, in 33 months with no overhead. and it's taken them 8 years to get to 800 in 3 months. You tell me which model's rocking. Hey, real
That's
quick, Pat, I want to introduce you to Marguerite Crespello. Marguerite, I've asked her to share today. She's a big star up here in Sacramento. She's sponsored, her and her husband Joe have sponsored 30-something people, and I've asked Marguerite to share with everybody on the call what's happening in Sacramento, the state capital of California. California leads the nation, and in the capital, EXP. Well, let us tell you what's happening with EXP in the capital of the state that leads the nation, and the nation that leads the world. So, Marguerite, with no more dramatic flair,
Wow,
tell
no
everybody
pressure.
Hey there, Marguerite.
what's going on with EXP. Pat said hi.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
Great. I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Good. Pat's one of my favorite people because he always has the biggest grin on his face.
Yeah,
You're
he's
not
got a
sure
great
if he's
smile.
super happy or if he's doing something in trouble. So I was actually running some statistics in our local market here. I'm actually sitting in the office with Brent, so you don't see my avatar.
Yeah, and broker metrics is what we use.
Broker
correct?
metrics, right. And I was able to run some statistics in our local market. And when I sat down last night and I looked at the top for Metro List, which Metro List I think encompasses 16 counties, 16 counties in the greater Northern California area. But as of yesterday, number one with 573 agents in our local Metro List, which is number one above Keller Williams. All of the Keller Williams in Northern California. It's also above Realty One Group, which are the top two companies in our market.
Growth in
This
the
is
past.
this is growth. So we've actually had what we call net agents, if that makes sense. So net agent means we brought on 100 and so we have 90 net agents. But for Metro List, we've had the greatest net of over 247 agents in the last 12 months. This is just in the last 12 months here at EXP, far beyond what any other company has had. Other companies are losing that many or more agents to EXP. So Keller Williams has actually lost that many agents. Realty One.
In
had
other
a
words,
net-
they're just negative losses.
They're negative
they're not
losses,
even
so-
netting one person.
Right. So if they brought on 100 agents and they lost 150 agents, they've got a negative net of 50 agents. So EXP here in Northern California is, of course, blowing up. No surprise.
And we love Keller Williams. Nothing against Keller Williams, but they are the number one. They're losing agents more than anybody.
More than any other
the number
brokerage.
one hemorrhaging, and followed by Remax and Coldwell Banker and Lions and Better Homes and City 21 and all that.
And not that they're not a great company, they're a great company. You know, Realty One Group has its model, and there are agents that fit in that model more than fit here at EXP. What we want to make sure we express is that we're not for everybody, right? We are
Right.
really for the Eagles and the top, really the top tier of agents across the country who are looking to not only build hugely successful real estate businesses and practices like, you know, Pat and Brent and a lot of the others have, but on top of that, build that additional revenue share stream and that stock and having agent ownership. So it's just an area where a lot of the other brokerages can't compete with what we have. And so,
Yep.
you know, that's the stuff that you want to express to them.
Absolutely. Hey, Pat, we got to wrap it up. It's 12 o'clock. But before I thank you, I want to tell everybody, if you're not coming to Las Vegas, August 21st, 22nd,
New Orleans.
3rd. What?
You said New Orleans, right?
No, Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas. Okay.
It's just my group on here. So, yeah, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, reach out to me. That is going to be a life-changing event. Again, the total focus should be August 21st and 22nd and 23rd. It's going to be life-changing. Pat, I think you have something in Scottsdale coming up in about 10 days. It's big for you, but these people are not a part of that. But I'm doing something in Las Vegas and at the Red Rock Resort, August 21st, 22nd, 23rd. The bounce off that
Awesome.
be through the roof. So see me, Pat. I'm going to see you in Scottsdale in about a week. I'm flying out to your event just to hang out and play golf and have fun. So, and then of course, New Orleans in October. But this is vital. It's the 30-day sprint here in August. It's going to be great. Pat, you were amazing. Any final word of advice for anyone if they just need to What if there's one tip you could give them? What would it be? Just set aside a day and start making outbound calls. What would be the final word of advice for everybody in the room?
You know what? And if you guys want to grow a massive revenue share organization, like I've done and Brent has done, just get out there and don't be afraid to talk to agents. If these agents, that you're talking to are not with eXp Realty, they need to be with eXp. You never know whenever you're going to reciprocate that life-changing phone call and pick up the phone and call somebody or call an agent that you've done a transaction with, 12 months ago, 24 months ago. If they're not with eXp, they need to be with eXp. Trust me, I got that life-changing phone call by Scott Lewis 33 months ago. Now I'm able to pick up the phone, and I've done that and give others a life-changing phone call that has truly, truly changed their life. So don't be afraid to talk to any agent, any caliber of agent about eXp.
Awesome. Hey, Pat, thanks for being on the call today. Everybody go out there and change some lives. Love you all. And we'll see you next Monday right here, 11:30. Okay?
You bet. Thank you, Brent.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
Pat.
week, guys.
Bye, everybody.